Gotcha. So as you can see, what are we gonna do today? Today I'm gonna be showing you how to make this creepy Freddy Kruger in Blender. Especially the skin. So let's do the intro. Hey YouTube, my name is Hunter, and today we're gonna be making a character in Blender. The theme is Freddy Krueger. Horror. Now it doesn't look pretty, but it's good enough for me. But because this is a lot of copyright stuff, I'm gonna have to go horror. No. Copyright. Oh my god. No, that's for the next video. That's for the next video. So yeah, let's just play that. Alright, so let's get it on. This is what we're gonna be working with. This is the armature. So part 1 is the skin and creating the character. That's pretty disgusting, isn't it? So I actually did this on a sphere, so you can see. Control tab. This is the sphere. I first did it on the sphere before I applied it to my character, then I just did the scaling and stuff. So what are you going to need to make Freddy Krueger? Well, I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna duplicate one of his fingers because I don't want to make these blades again. That took me a while to do, trust me. Maybe I'll just do it again. Yeah, let's just delete everything in this scene. So now we just have a background, which I think, let me show you something. So if I go ahead and type in yeah, maybe like a house or something like that could work. Never sleep again, huh? Oh, that was a real house. But I just want the and let's just do the house all the way up, because I want to use this house as the backdrop for my animations. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time. Okay, so let's just get it on. So I'm gonna press Shift C. Now I'm gonna show you what you're gonna need to make these videos. Well, to make everything in this video, first of all, you're gonna need MakeHuman, and you're gonna need Blender 3.0 or higher. This is UPBGE, so that's what I'm using. So if I open up MakeHuman, this is where the magic begins. So obviously you're gonna have a male. You're gonna need a Caucasian because it's Freddy Krueger. The proportions, I think it's a little fat. The height, you don't really need to worry about that. You can do the muzzle. I think I brought it up just a little bit. The H I brought up a lot. Then bring the weight. This is if you want to do like Jason Voorhees, but okay. This looks so weird. Okay, anyway. Okay, so this is what I actually started with, you know, playing around with the character. You know, you can do a lot of stuff, you know, playing with the gender, the face. This is where I actually just got the face stuff working. Oh. So, I think I gave the face a little bit of a slant, you know, not too much. Then I brought up the triangle for the head, so something like this. No, it was the other way around. Something like that. Then I brought the diamond up a little bit, just like that. It's got like a diamond face. Then you can go for the head size. This is where I actually just brought the head size down a little bit, scale it up a little bit, and then bring the scale of the head down, not too much. Alright, so for the eyebrows, this is where it got funky. You just go ahead and you just drag this back. Then it looks like he's fucking angry. Angry old man, which is what Freddy Kruger is. Okay, so I think there was something else with the head I actually wanted to talk about. So was it by the head shape? Oh, the age of the head. You can bring the age up a little bit, well, all the way up for the head. You can go with the head fat. You don't want any fat on this. Remember, Freddy Krueger got burned. His face is burned. So we already did the eyebrows, the eyes. Now, you can go for the eye bag volume. You can bring it up, eye bag distortion, and then eye bag height. Bring it down, and just do this. Okay, so now I'm fucking around. So let's just do this again. Now my previous one, I did not actually do this, you know, do so much with the eyes and stuff. I did mess around with the nose because Freddy Krueger's got a weirdly shaped nose, so I think I brought this down, brought this up, brought this. Oh, and then was details. Bring this back, bring this in, bring this out. You can see we got this details. So the nostrils, got like a sharpish nose. So the nose features, that's where it gets interesting. You can play with the slant of this, but I think Freddy Krueger's got like a nose like this. You can actually play with everything here. That looks weird. That's definitely not right. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. So you can bring this up and down, you can bring this up and down, but you want to bring this downwards. So that's the nostrils. Now also with the ears you can do a lot, but like I said, this is where you play around. So like mouth shapes and details, I just made the mouth a little wider. Come on. So if you want to make him frown, you can actually do that with the mouth features. Oh, and you can do these lines as well. You can see that, which I also missed. But then you can make him smile or frown. I think I just made him frown. That's basically it. Then with the ear, bring it up. You can make it sharp. And remember, they say Freddy Kruger is a dream demon, so he will have demon-like ears. Somewhat. So I just played around with that, and then with the cheek and the jaw. This is where you also want to bring this in and out, so you just bring this in. Bring this. Can't remember. Oh, you want to bring this all the way out because he's got a skull-like face. I brought this all the way in. Bring that down. Okay, that's maybe too much. Okay, so something like that. So that's left and right cheek. You don't really need to worry about the rest. The next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play with the geometries. The geometries is the clothes. So you can choose something like this. But Freddy Krueger does not wear something like this. I can show you exactly what he wears. You can see he's got like a wool type shirt. See, a wool type shirt with a denim. So the best thing we can do for this is take this one away and use this one. It's basically the same, just needs a little editing, which is what I did in the previous. Then Freddy Krueger's got a hat. So you want to use this hat. Alright. And then finally shoes. Just like that. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do is the materials. Wait a minute, the eyes. Make sure it's high poly. No hair. We want teeth, so I think I used this. The topologies, don't play with that. If you want to, you can play with this, but it's gonna make it very either too high poly to work with or too low poly to work with. So there's no need to play with that. Okay, and then eyelashes, nothing. Tongue. Also something you're gonna need if you're gonna do the facial expressions. Materials. Now you can play between Asian, African, Caucasian. So at the bottom you have young Caucasian, young female Caucasian, middle age, old, but I use the old Caucasian male. Doesn't really make a difference because we're gonna fuck up his skin anyway. But just to get some materials on that, so okay, pose and animate. This is where you apply the armatures. So you get CMU MB with no facial bones, no finger bones. You get the default with toes. You don't need toes if you're wearing. Okay, so game engine, you get something like this, but no facial bones. So default no toes is the one I went for at the end. So obviously gonna have one extra bone there, but it's no problem. These connections are not right, so we're gonna fix that as well. And then rendering. You don't really need to play with the rendering, you don't need to play with the settings, you don't need to play with anything else. So, after you're done with this, you can just go to files, and like me, I actually want to save this. So if I save this and I call this Freddy, let's just say, call him Freddy. So I can always come back and edit him if I really need to. So save. And then I can go to export. Now this is where you have a lot of things to think about. You can export him as a DAV file, a FBX file, but if you want to do like how should I explain this? Your armature, anything for the armature, I wouldn't recommend the OBJ. So I would recommend the Collada Day or the Formex FBX, which is the one I think I'm gonna be using right now. So we can use feet on the ground, binary, whatever. So we're gonna select the place where we want this. So this is gonna go where I got my Freddy, so I'm gonna call this Freddy Kruger FBX. Save. Then it's gonna export that. Let's see here at the bottom, 50%. Now it's done. So when you're done with that, you hop back into Blender. So now you got your character basically already finished and ready to go. So I'm gonna just bring this up so we have the whole thing to work with. So file, import, and we're gonna go for FBX. The last one I used was a DAV file, but now I'm gonna do it with FBX. So Freddy Kruger FBX. So armature, force connect bones, automatically bone orientation, nor leaf bones. I don't want animations because there's no animations. Something else, that's why I said I wanted to save him. Because the way he's posed right now, it's gonna make it a lot harder to do the fingers, which is also something I forgot to do in my first walkthrough in this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into my rendering, pose and animate, my bad, and then with the pose, I just want to give him a T pose. So you can actually play with poses, but remember, if you export him like this, this is what you're gonna be. This is gonna be your starting pose. So you won't be able to Alt R or whatever, Alt G, Alt R to get everything in a T pose or whatever. You're gonna actually have to do that manually. And another thing, geometries, I forgot about his eyes. You see, this is what he's got light brown eyes. Might be green, I'm not sure. But I think Freddy Krueger has light brown eyes. I mean, if you look at... Okay, we can just go... See, that looks like it's got light brown eyes, or maybe like a hazel style eyes, but this looks light brown. Looks light brown. I might go for the hazel. Nah, let's try the gray. Gonna make more sense at the end of the day. Not gonna be blue, it's not gonna be ice. I'm just gonna use the gray. And also you can actually do something with the head as well, which I also forgot. So I'm just gonna use this. The teeth, you can't do anything. The tongue, you can't do anything. So now again, I'm just gonna override that file. So files, first of all, I'm gonna save this as just save it as Freddy. Then export this as Freddy and the FBX. Make sure you override the previous one. So save, and it's gonna ask you to override. Then you just override it, just like that. So now it's gonna be easier to work with them as we go. So I think it's done exporting. So now we can actually just import this. And this fucked up. I hate it when the armature does that. Oh, I forgot I said ignore leaf bone. And I didn't do the bone chain. So file, import, FBX, Freddy, armature. Don't ignore the leaf bones. Use pre-rotation, manual orientation. Subdivision data. Okay, that's for the... Oh. So let's see if that works. If it doesn't work, obviously it's not gonna work. I don't know why. This is weird. That's the one problem with the fucking FBX. There's always one setting wrong. One setting. The automatic bone orientation. And I think it's because I use the force connected bones. So if this doesn't work, I'm gonna take away the force connected bones as well. Where the hell? What? Okay, so it's still fucked up. Whoa! Okay, this is not working for me. Okay, so let's just go back and just export this again, but this time as a day file. It's gonna work a lot easier. Actually, where the fuck is it taking me now? I think I just made 2 copies of this. Okay. Now it should work. Board Clara Day. And there we go. Now we've got Freddy Kruger. Well, a part of Freddy Kruger. So I'm gonna tab into edit mode with the skin. I'm gonna switch my timeline, well, from timeline to shader editor. From the shader editor, I'm gonna need 2 shaders. Okay. Clipboard is empty, you fucker. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to redo this. So first of all, Control T. Oh, you know what? I actually didn't need to do that. Oh, first I want to fix this and make sure this is set to 60 frames per second. Always make sure. I use 60 frames. You can go higher if you want to, but I go 60 frames per second. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my materials tab for this and set this to alpha blend. No, that's shadow mode. And we should see something like that. That's something I forgot to do. Okay, and then for the hands and the arms and apparently for the legs. If I tab into edit mode now, you will see when I go into wireframe. Oh, I'm in the wrong. You will see we got these extra pieces here. We don't need these. So select one face and just do this in X and faces. We don't need those faces. Anything you don't need, just get rid of it. Don't worry about this. This you actually do need for the deformation, otherwise it's going to deform pretty weird. There's also something with that we're going to have to sort out. I'm going to show you why. You can see it's actually controlling the hat and it's not supposed to do that. So, Alt R. So, the hat, we're gonna have to go and look at these so let's just take this, make sure it's in front. So the bone that's supposed to be controlling this, it's going to be the head bone. I think this should be the head bone. Yep. That's the only thing that's supposed to control that hat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy the name of this bone. Head. Control C. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna go to the hat and go to the vertex groups. Just remove everything. So easier way to remove everything is just by selecting this and just delete all groups. So now when I move this around, it shouldn't move anything. Nothing should control it. Nothing. Which is good. That's good. Now we've got this head bone. This is going to be the vertex group. So click the head and plus and just rename this as head. Control B. And it's not working. Oh, and I didn't assign that. My bad. Tab A. Assign. So it should work now. There we go. Now it works and nothing else should now control that. Nice. Now let's get down to business. Let's make Freddy Kruger look evil. Now I'm gonna show you what the shader looks like. I'm not gonna redo the whole fucking thing. Why is my shader not there? There it is. Okay. So this is where I got my shader saved. So first of all, what you're gonna need is a noise texture that's hooked up to a color ramp, that's hooked up to a principal BSDF, that's hooked up to output. So now I'm gonna give you a quick look at these nodes, so you can actually just You know, look at this. And if you want to get this easier, I'm going to Shift D. I'm going to do this. You press Control T if you've got Node Wrangler enabled. And this, Shift S, and you can go Texture and Noise Texture. In the middle of the noise texture, you're going to need the color ramp and a bump node. So that's easy, just search for those. So I'm gonna go for a bump. So I got the bump, I'm gonna place it there. This is gonna hook up to the bump node just like this, and it goes to the height. The height goes to the normal. Well, the normal goes to the normal. So that's basically what we got there. The next thing you're gonna need is a color ramp. Now this color ramp, yeah, I'm gonna Shift A and a converter color ramp, just like that, and pop it in the middle of this. Okay. So now the colors I got was okay, well, just moving this forward a little bit. Then I start playing with this as a brown color. You can select that or that, you know, depending on which side you're working on. For this one, I brought it up a little bit and made it a brown, orangey color. Well, actually, dark brown color. Something like that. Then you press plus on your keyboard. Well, on this thing. So plus. So you got 3 notes to work with, like I got there. So first of all, you're gonna push this one all the way back. Not all the way, but you know, close enough to this. The color is going to be like a light orange. Okay. The next one, you're also gonna need this, and you're gonna make this brighter orange. So now you see we've got something exactly the same. So I'm gonna show you exactly how it looks. So I'm gonna just remove this from the palette. Come on. Oh, so I can just bring this in. So I'm gonna put that into the, okay. Still compiling the shader. Okay. So now this is where you start messing around with the shader. I'm just gonna press a dot on my keyboard and I can see something is happening. Not much, but something is happening. So you're gonna have to play with the scale. For some reason it's not working. I'm playing with playing with the wrong fucking scale. So now we got something like this. Now to make it look a little bit more smooth, you're gonna bring the strength down. Well, actually the distance down. And the strength down. And then you start with the scale on these. Now what you can do now, you know, give it a little bit of highlight, bring this down a little bit, make it darker, whatever you need. Now obviously it doesn't look exactly the same, but it's basically the same principle. So what am I doing wrong? It is on UV. We got the scale. Oh, the roughness, the roughness. Remember the roughness. So on this The detail as well. I think I brought the detail down, all the way down. And then play with distortion a little bit, just get that. Then we got something pretty much the same as we had the last time. Just by playing with a bit of a scale, and okay, remember this is not generated, it's UV, so you're gonna see that line right there because this thing does not have a UV. If I hit generate it, you should see that disappear. But obviously you're not gonna use generated on a UV unwrapped model, so don't do what I just did. Just give it a moment to compile so you can see. I don't know why. You can see it just disappeared. So if you want to do like a brain or whatever and you don't want to UV unwrap it, just fucking use generated. And now you can play with the colors of this, you can play with the scale of it. But the reason it looks so dark is because I don't have a light in my scene. Not lighting up. Okay, so using the sun. You can see it's nice and procedural. Obviously you're not gonna need a bright light like this because you're making something horror, so you can bring the strength down. You can make sure you always use contact shadows. No, you will see that happening on this guy, the contact shadows. If I turn that off, you will see what happens. See that on that? Okay, so always use contact shadows. I use contact shadows. Okay, so I'm not gonna be, you know, I just want to go back to my previous material because I already have the colors and everything set up for the model. So just take these and just hook them back up. You don't need to do this because you're only gonna make the one. So hook that up the surface and give it a time to compile. Okay, so it compiles real quickly. As you can see, it's scaled pretty weirdly on this one. So once you got something on a sphere made, you're gonna have to apply it to the character. So the easiest way to do that is to make sure you're in shader editor. Shader editor. See this material? I'm just gonna click on this and I'm gonna drag it right there. Boom. Now I got burnt flesh on Freddy Kruger. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Obviously you can play with the scale and whatever, but right now I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now that's where the fun part starts. We need to make his well, his hair isn't really black, but I'm gonna leave it black. We're gonna need the okay, so I think I used the wave texture for this. So tab into edit mode. First of all, tab into edit mode. Control L, select this, plus new assign. Make sure you assign. Otherwise, you're gonna measure this whole material and then you're gonna have to re-import the legs again, and you don't want to do that. So, on this material, now you got a blank material, like a blank piece of paper. Cool. Now, all it's gonna have is a principal PSDF. I'm gonna press Control T. Not like that. Oh, come on. Make sure you got the principal PSDF, then Control T. Then I'm gonna duplicate this. Well, actually, no. Yes, I'm gonna duplicate it. So the first thing I'm gonna make is the... Okay, just connect this up. First thing I'm gonna need for this one, only for this one, I'm gonna open something for this, and that's gonna be by my Freddy textures. So as you can see, we've got the normals, but it sure does not have normals for some reason. So I think we can just leave that out. So I'm gonna Shift S. Come on, Shift S. A texture and a wave texture. You need a wave texture. Wave texture. There we go. Now he looks like a referee. So you can play with the detail of this. You can play with the distortion, scale. I don't know what this does, like an offset. But right now you need to rotate this. So this is gonna go 90 degrees. You want to rotate this on 90 degrees. So the way you do that is, I think it's on the Y. No, I don't know what's on the Z. So 90. So now we got something like that. Pretty cool, right? Now you can also play with the scale and the location, which I think is going to be necessary because you can see there's a little bit of a clipping going on. You know, somewhere around there. Okay, so Shift A vector converter color ramp, and pop it in right there. So now we're gonna play with the colors. I think I got that on the wrong side, my bad. Not supposed to be on this side, supposed to be on the other side. Okay, so now you can do this. You will see something like this happening now. And now we're gonna have to do offset with this because we're getting some weird fucking... Come on, motherfucker. What the hell? Why is it doing this? Not sure exactly what the fuck is going on. For some reason. Okay, so you have to rotate it on the Z side 90. I'm just trying to find something that actually looks like it's not clipping on other side, so somewhere around there, whatever. Okay, so the colors. You're only gonna need 2 colors. So the black, I think, is gonna be like a greenish color, so bring it up and make it like a green, dark green color. Then for the white, it's gonna be red. Okay. Now we need a bump node for this. So this, I'm gonna go Shift S, and it's gonna be a texture, and it's going to be, let's see, I think the wave texture should also work for this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just duplicate this, Shift D, press Ctrl T just to give it its own map. And this one I want generated. Then I'm gonna need a vector and a bump. I need a bump node for this. So I'm gonna plug the bump into the normal. From the normal, you're gonna go color, actually the vector, into the height. Doesn't matter if you use the color or the vector, I can just do that. Now it's gonna look terrible, trust me. So, again, we need to rotate this. And it was a Z, so just rotate it on the 90. So it's gonna make like a bump node for that. So, first of all, I'm gonna have to bring the scale all the way up, and also make sure it's UV. But it's supposed to be UV, not generated. Otherwise, you're not gonna get proper wool type stuff, you know. So this scale has to go up a lot. Now, obviously, like I said, it's not gonna look proper. You know, getting this weird stuff. So, first of all, you're gonna have to bring the roughness up. Then the specular, you can bring the specular down just a little bit, not too much. Then the last thing you wanna do, let's play with the string. Can also bring the distance down. It's going to do exactly the same. Okay, something like that. Now for the pants. The pants is supposed to have a bump map. I'm just going to press Ctrl T. Just duplicate this one, Shift D. Shift A, vector, a bump, and Shift A, and a normal map. Normal map you're gonna plug into this, to the normal. The color you're gonna plug into the height of that. Then the vector just goes to the image. I didn't even know you can do that. I just press F. Okay, but I'm not gonna need this. I don't need generated on this. Okay, so for the vector, I'm gonna plug that into the into the what do you call it? The vector, the color. Well, actually the vector of this, because it's going to be a vector of that. You want to select this and then open the normal map for the pans. Now, you want this on the strength, and then you can just plug this in. Normal. Now it's gonna compile. When it's done compiling, you'll see something looking something like this. Now again, if you feel it's too strong, you can bring the strength down. But now we've got something that looks pretty good. Except for the way Freddy Kruger's shirt looks. It looks better. A little better. Okay, so next I'm gonna add this. That also has a normal map. And also a specular. So with a specular, what you can do, you can actually just plug this into the specular and it should actually work properly. You know, give it enough specular, which it should have. But now I'm gonna need something with this. I'm gonna press Ctrl T, and it already goes to UV, so that's good. I'm gonna drag this all the way back. I'm gonna select this, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and shift. Well, actually I can just duplicate this a few times, because I know with the hat we've got a few maps. So the first map on this hat is going to be your height map, and on the second one is going to be your normal map, and then you got the diffuse map. So the diffuse is already plugged in, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna shift a color, converter. No, it's a vector bump. Okay. And again, just like the last time, I'm gonna shift A, and I'm gonna go for a vector and a normal map. Normal map, like that. And again, just use that normal map. Yeah, broader. That's good. So this plugs into the normal. This plugs into the height. That is the normal map. So this plugs into the color of the normal map. This plugs into the height of the bump map. You can take these and just bring them down. Connect these up. Just like that. And last but not least, normal. And have a look at the hat. Again, it's gonna start looking terrible at first. Like I said, this looks fucking terrible. So again, strength comes down. Just something like that. Now, as you can see, we've got this split here, and I think it's to do with this. If it's not, it might be one of these maps that's not lining up properly, and I think that might be the case. Okay, I don't know why the hell this is happening now. Looks like the normals are completely fucked up. Displacement, the height is normal to the normal. I don't want to see what happens when I unplug the normal. Okay, so it's the normal map that's fucking around. Let's see if that makes a difference. It does not. It looks better. Not perfect, but it's there. Alright, so we basically got Freddy Kruger, but we're missing something. This. On his hand. But before we do that, you will see some of these are connected weirdly. So I'm gonna have to edit the armature before I continue. So with this, I'm actually going to just move this around until they line up a little bit. Disgusting. So fucking cool. Okay, so everything looks in order except for these tips. The tips of the fingers, they're not really lined up. And I didn't do the same for these. I did not mirror that, so that's gonna be a problem. And I cannot do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do this manually. Alt P, clear parent. Move this into place. Make sure you're on top view when you do this. Move these around until you get a nice spot for them. Okay, I'm pressing my middle mouse button to do this. I don't know, so it's not registering. Now this is repetitive. I'll try to make this quick as possible. Okay, cool. So, now we need the claws. The claws for Freddy Kruger. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm gonna control tab, make sure I'm not in edit mode for this. I'm gonna hide the armature. Press H to hide. Go into top view. Now, if you look at these fingers, if you look at that glove of his, it's got like a piece of glove that comes over this, so the one side of your hand is going to be pretty much open actually. So this side of the hand is not going to have the same material as the rest. So tab, Control L. It's going to have a new material plus, new, and a sign. Just make this like a brownish color and maybe bring the roughness up a bit. Oh, I'm blind again. Okay, so this is where we get started. What I did was I actually edited this whole thing to fit what I needed. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do this time, but with a little bit of a twist. I mean, we need to get that glove working anyway, so he's got some kind of piece of metal whatever going up through here, so that's what I'm gonna do first. Extrude that up. That's good. Select the edges. Control E, mark sharp. I think I have this on my quick favorites is mark sharp. So you want to see something like this when you mark sharp. Okay. So he's also got something that runs over the finger. The way I can explain this, an easy way to explain this, is to just make it. So first of all, you're gonna have a loop that goes around your finger, but it doesn't go all the way around because on the tip of his finger, on the top, there is a little bit of a something that goes around like this. So basically what happens is he's got like a small strap for his finger. It actually runs down to that. But now you can see I didn't bring this all the way back, so always check your stuff before you do this. And I cannot go back that far. That's a fuck up. I fucked up, guys. I fucked up. But it's easily fixed. So now we got the same thing going on. So I'm just gonna clear the sharp for this. I need to be more careful on how I do this, so let's try that again. But first I'm gonna do this. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna bring this up. Then from here, I'm actually going to start making that glove part. So trying to line that up as well as possible. So that might be too far. So I'm just gonna have to take this away. Okay, so I have no idea what the fuck we're listening to. I'm sorry, but I've got to skip this. Okay, so something like that. That's gonna be too sharp for me, so just try to get this nice and lined up. So I'm gonna keep playing with this until I find something that I actually like. It should work. Okay, so don't just extrude this. Press Alt E and extrude along normals. So it extrudes evenly. That's what I failed to say the first time. Okay, so now I'm gonna select these. What the fuck? Why the hell is it doing this? Oh. Just locked my fucking middle mouse button. Okay, so it looks like it didn't do anything until I go ahead and I... See that? Okay, so I'm gonna look at my reference of the fingers now. I need to see the glove. Nice actor. Can you believe it? I don't know why the fuck they did that. What is that? Daisy Kruger. Sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, so I think this would be the best picture I can get to look at. So let's just see. This might be from a game. Yeah, that's from a game. It's not gonna help me a lot. Oh, there we go. There is actually green. What the fuck? Okay. Sorry about this. Okay, so looks like his fingers actually, this just covers his fingers, so it's possible that this actually comes up a bit higher. Okay, so the next one. which looks like it actually goes right around the finger. When I'm done with this finger, I'm gonna pause the video and then just finish the rest of the fingers, and I'll be back with you as soon as I'm done. That's not gonna work for me. These are not gonna work for me. Alt E, extrude along normals. Not too much, you don't want it to overlap the other one. Just gonna bring it forward a little bit. And then we need to mark sharp. It's actually already done. Well done. Oh, forgot these. So, now we got something like that going on. So now I'm just gonna do the rest of the fingers, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, so I'm back. So now we just need these pieces right here. So if I tap into edit mode, the pieces I'm talking about, you're gonna need some square-like things here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna inset this. I to inset, then select the next piece of hand. I to inset, select the next one. I to inset, and select the last one. I to inset. Now we select all of these. No, actually no, don't select all of these. Select only these edges. Reason we're selecting these edges, we're gonna mark them sharp before we extrude. Control E and mark sharp, or for me Q, mark sharp. So now I've missed one. Q, mark sharp. Okay, so now we're just gonna select the face on the inside of these. Now we don't want to extrude these as the same thing, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this from maiden point to individual origins. That's the first thing. Then I'm gonna press Alt E and along normals, and you get something like this. Okay, so that's the first part of the glove basically done, and it's all on the same vertex groups as the hand. Perfect. Now, what are we gonna need next? Color. So I'm not gonna make these weird rivets because that's gonna take time, so I'm gonna leave that out. So for the color, it's all basically the same, except for these, they actually have like a metallic color. So again, I cannot do that. I have to do everything separately. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select these loops on one of the fingers, then I'm gonna finish the one finger, and I'm gonna go on and pause the video until I'm done with the rest. So don't worry, this is good. It's not gonna be hard to do. It's only materials. Okay, so what did I do the last time? Plus, new, assign. Almost there. Why the hell are you doing that? Okay, something like that. Now we need to do that with the whole bloody thing. So that's easy. You just select that loop and you just assign that to this material. Assign. So same with this, you're just gonna select the loop. These are easy, so you can actually just do all of them at the same time. And you can just assign that. But now you can see there's a difference in the fingers. Not good. Looking at Freddy Kruger's thing here, everything is basically the same color anyway, so even this. We're gonna do like a Voronoi texture on this as well, so don't worry about that. But like I said, I'm only gonna do one finger, then we're gonna go and continue on with the rest. So you select that loop and you just circle select this by pressing C on your keyboard and just selecting the face on the inside, making sure you got all of them. Then make sure one of these are selected so you can actually just assign that, so you get something like this going on. Then it's for this, because it's basically the same color, it's more like a metallic color, you're gonna need to do this, and apparently it won't allow me to do this. There we go, and just assign that, just to break the color of the glove. I think that's what they tried to do when they made the glove anyway. So I'm gonna pause the video. When I'm done with the fingers, I'll be back and we're gonna start making the claws. So give me a second and I'll be back with you in a tick. Right, so I'm back. So basically I just gave everything the same color because I made a mistake. Don't make this mistake. So I'm not gonna make that small straps. I know he actually had small straps going over his fingers. If you want to make that, go and do that. But for now, I think this video is going way too long, so I'm gonna start making, you know, the claws and doing the textures on this. So yeah, this is going to be a metallic texture for one. It's gonna be more metallic than the rest of the glove. The rest of the glove, this whole thing here, can actually bring the roughness down a little bit, and the specular, because we're going to give it a Voronoi texture anyway, so it looks like leather. But for now, I think we should start making the claws. Okay. So first of all, press Shift C, Shift A, mesh, plane. Move it to the side, tab into edit mode, scale it down. Make a few loop cuts. I'm gonna extrude, well, not extrude, just drag this out, then extrude. Just like that. Now I'm gonna go into vertex selection, select this face right there, bring it out. And I'm gonna select these. There to give it that slant, that bend. So it's not the perfect way to do this, and as you can see I fucked it up. Is it 0? I knew something like that was gonna happen because something is wrong with the fucking with my blender. It keeps pushing stuff the wrong way. Come on, not freezing again? Seriously? Fucking cat lock them again. Okay, so this is a metallic texture. All the way, metallic. Roughness comes down. And now scale it down. So Control A. Scale and rotation for now. Easy. Bring it up. RZ 90, negative 90. So RY 90. Oh Jesus. Okay, now I'm gonna look at the reference and see exactly how these things fit. Okay, they go over this part of the finger. doesn't really make any sense. I mean, the way he doesn't have control over the forest. Okay, but okay, apparently he doesn't have control over that part of his sand, so... Oh, I hope this isn't a copyright song. Doesn't look like it. And we got the claws, guys! Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you Freddy Kruger. Now, we need to parent these. The way we parent this is Alt H. Gonna bring this back, and apparently this parents to this part of the whole thing. Apparently, I don't know how the fuck that's possible, but okay. Or maybe it's on this part. I mean, the way he actually moves is okay. That makes a lot more sense. That's why I can't. Okay, so so select this. Control tab. Make sure you got that bone selected. Control P and bone. Do the same with the other ones. You can actually just do this, if I'm not mistaken. No, you cannot. These orientations for the bones are not correct. So before I continue, I'm going to tap into edit mode, go into top view, select these bones, except for these. click this bone. Well, actually first. Well, actually no. So, control in and view access. And then control in again and active bone. So as you can see, there's a little bit of an issue when you do this. Look, maybe it's just the way I got these. Yeah, I actually do have these completely wrong. Copy, clear parent. They just fucked around with the orientation. I thought there was something wrong. Okay, so let's just do this again. Control P, bone. It almost looks like it's controlling it from the knuckle bones. Or is it on the tip of the fingers? What the fuck? That's just wrong. Would make sense. Okay, so that's the tip of the fingers. That's the tip of the fingers. I fucked up. So, Alt R, Alt G. So. I know you'd be like, oh, what the fuck is he doing? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done with the fingers, finally. And no, it does not have one on the thumb, just in case you're wondering. Okay, so let's start with these materials. I think I'm going to use a noise texture. So that's a lazy way of doing it. Now, in the future, I will be making the well, the armature for this guy. But for now, that's the armature we're gonna be working with. So something you can do is just turn on the auto IK. You get auto IK like this. But the problem with the auto IK is keeping the feet on the ground and the head up straight. Look at that. Even even the fucking whatever that is, that even that fucks up. So you actually have to just GZ. with everything. Make sure the RIK is off before you do this. GZ. Just bring him just below the ground. RIK on. GZ. And obviously it's gonna fuck around. You see what happens. You have to show it which way to bend before you can actually move this around. It's a little bit too much of a bend, but alright. And always remember, look at your fingers when they bend. These two will always bend together. That last bone on your finger will not bend without the other one bending. That's just the way it is. And there's something else we had to fix with this fucking armature. Before I do this, I'm gonna turn on the X mirror so that I mirror whatever I do on this side, I do on the other side. So let's quickly have a look. So the bone name here is eye. This is the eye, so I don't want this one. So I'm gonna hide that. This is this. Let's just see what it's for. Okay, there's the lower eyelid. unfortunately, that's one of the issues this thing has. There's a lot of TLC with this armature, but at the end of the day, the only thing we're really looking for are these. There we go. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, don't like it. I don't give a damn because I think this looks fucking badass. I like it. Obviously, I'm gonna make some few modifications to this in the near future. But in the next video, I'm gonna make Jason Warriors Friday the 13th. Yeah, so this was Freddy Kruger, guys. Freddy Kruger. Obviously, this is way too bright, so obviously he's gonna be in a dark environment because he's, like I said, a night demon. So what you can do with the light is just bring the strength down a bit, and also maybe something like this. Obviously this is not right, but you don't need to worry about that. And then for the color, and obviously the shine on this is way too much. So what we can do is just bring the specular down to about yay. Roughness up. Get it down. Or whatever. Then we got Freddy Kruger, the Night Demon. The Nightmare Demon. These lights are gonna get in my freaking way. But okay. I can just remove that completely if I wanted to, you know. I'll just bring blur up, or maybe clear the scene world. Now, why the hell does it keep... I think my mouse is fucking breaking or something. There we got Freddy Kruger, guys. Now in the next video, you know, on the next Freddy Kruger video. Oh, good lord! What the fuck? Oh no! Okay, let's just say he shat his pants. This armature is completely fucked up. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna pretend I did not see that. I'm just gonna unsee that. That's like Deadpool. I don't want to think about that, dude. No, no, no. Okay, anyway. Okay, the next one I'm gonna do like an IK for this. Maybe get better textures, you know, fixing up some of this distortions. It actually does look pretty good, but yeah, make it look like its clothes are burned, which is actually what happened. You know, Freddy Krueger is actually burned to death by people. You can't trust people. Okay, but anyway, so yeah. No. Sorry, I just had to. You know what would be fucked up if you actually just woke up and just looked at the screen? You know, like, poof. You know, but from this angle, like, his head just turns like, oh shit, he's alive. And just tries to climb through the screen and try to fucking kill you. That's pretty critical for you guys. So make sure you got your crucifix, got your low stock, your doors locked. Yeah, because Freddy's coming for you, and he's coming fucking fast. Yeah, and remember the most important part: never sleep again, because he will kill you in your sleep. That's what Freddy does. That's what he does. He kills you in your fucking sleep. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and ring the notification bell for when the next video comes out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.